So, welcome everybody to Divine Thursday. I'm your host, DM Gallibond. The spell we're going to look at tonight is a spell that I got to use in my Lost Mine of original D&D game the other night. Some of you may know that over on my Twitch channel, we're playing through Lost Mine of original or Lost Mine of Phandelver, but using original D&D rules for it. And Christmas came early for this DM because the enemy spellcaster that they were going up against in the Red Brand hideout has Hold Person. And this is Hold Person under original D&D rules. I'm not going to spoil the surprise for you. I'm going to let you look and behold just how marvelous and wonderful a spell Hold Person used to be back in original D&D, for those of you who are not familiar and don't remember the long ago in the time so far away. Alright, so let's go ahead, and with that we'll take a look at how this spell worked once upon a time. Okay, this is the original D&D rulebook, rule cyclopedia, and here is Hold Person. Range 180 feet. So yeah, you can use Hold Person way over there. It's a second level spell, by the way. Spell for magic users and a spell for clerics as well. Duration 9 turns, 90 minutes. It lasts 90 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. And it paralyzes up to 4 creatures. Up to 4 creatures you choose as a second level spell. So Hold Person will affect any human, demi-human, or human-like creature. It gives some of the, monstrous humanoid races there. It will not affect undead or creatures larger than ogres. Each victim must make a saving throw versus spells or be paralyzed for 9 turns. Make one saving throw or you're paralyzed for 90 minutes. The spell may be cast at a single person or at a group. If cast at a single person, the victim suffers a -2 penalty on the saving throw. Cast at a group, it will affect up to 4 people of the caster's choice, but with no penalty to their rolls. Paralysis may only be removed by the reversed form of the spell. The paralysis may only be removed by the reversed form of the spell or by a dispel magic. Note, it is not removed if the paralyzed person takes damage. You are just stuck for 90 minutes. You can't do anything. And oh yes, the enemy caster used that in the first round against the party. And 3 of the PCs and 1 of the NPC henchmen all failed their saving throws. So now 4 members of the party are just for the next 90 minutes, which means they don't get to take part in the battle. And if the enemies choose to attack them, okay, well they're just dead unless they choose to use non-lethal damage. So we're going to have to see how all this plays out in our next session. If you want to see how that works out, tune in Saturday night, December 26th. I think we are going to be playing. That's the day after Christmas, and see how that goes. All right, Hold Person in AD&D First Edition. This was a level 2 spell. The duration is 4 rounds plus 1 round per level. Okay, a lot shorter than 90 minutes, but 4 rounds plus 1 round per level. Spell holds immobile and freezes in place from 1 to 3 human or humanoid creatures for 5 or more melee rounds. The level of the cleric casting dictates the length of time. And then let's see. Um, while the spell does not neutralize the venom, it does prevent it from Oh, okay. The spell is cast at 3 person each. What? Okay. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm going to the wrong thing. If the spell is cast at 3 persons, each gets a saving throw at the normal score. If only 2 persons, they make their saving throw at -1. If the spell is cast at one person, saving throw is -2. Persons making their saving throws are totally unaffected by the spell. Creatures affected by a whole person, and then it lists all of these monstrous humanoid races. Uh, Caster needs a small straight piece of iron as a material component of this spell. All right, and then hold person. Range 120 yards, 2 rounds per level. 1 to 4 persons in a 20-foot cube. Spell holds 1d4 humans, demi-humans, or humanoid creatures rigidly immobile for 5 or more rounds. Affects any bipedal human, demi-human, or humanoid of man size or smaller. Alright, spell is centered on a point selected by the caster. Affects person selected by the caster within the area of effect. Saving throws are adjusted for wisdom, blah, 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 and then has that whole same thing about bonuses or penalties depending on how many people you're trying to target. Held beings cannot move or speak, but they remain aware of events around them and use abilities not requiring motion or speech. Being held does not prevent worsening of the subject's condition due to wounds, disease, or poison. Caster can end the spell with a single utterance at any time. Otherwise, the duration is 10 rounds at 5th level, 12 rounds at 6, 14 at 7, etc., etc. Alright, so now in 2nd edition, they're finally saying, oh, okay, well, at will, the caster can end the effect. Original? Nope, they can't. And in 1st edition, nope, they can't. All right, so now we go to 3rd edition. Hold person. Again, a 2nd level spell for bards and clerics, but for sorcerers and wizards, it's a 3rd level spell. Subject becomes paralyzed and freezes in place. And notice that now it's at 1 humanoid creature, and the duration is 1 round per level. It's aware and breathes normally, but cannot take any actions, even speech. Each round on its turn may attempt a new saving throw to end the effect. It's a full round action that does not provoke attacks of opportunity. Winged creature is paralyzed, cannot flap its wings, and falls. A swimmer can't swim and may drown. And so that is the hold person spell in 3rd edition. Doesn't appear in 4th edition, at least not in the sources that I have. And hold person in 5e. It's a 2nd level spell for bards, clerics, druids, sorcerers, warlocks, wizards. Circle of the Land, Arctic. Oath of Vengeance Paladin, Oath of Conquest Paladin, Oath of Redemption Paladin, and Order Domain. So, it's domain spells for Order. It's circle spells for Circle of the Land, Arctic. And again, 1 minute requires concentration by the caster, 1 action, and the range is 60 feet. So not 180 yards or not even 120 yards like it was in one of the other editions. And it's 1 humanoid. Make a saving throw or be paralyzed. At the end of each of its turns, target can make another saving throw. So starting with 3rd edition, they allow a saving throw every round to try to get out of it. Before then, it just was a duration. And then in 2nd edition was the first time they said, oh, okay, well, the caster wants to end it. The caster can end it. But caster couldn't end it in original D&D or in AD&D until the duration just ran out. Okay, that is hold person, and that is how hold person has changed. makes this a much more terrifying spell back in the old days when it was first introduced, doesn't it? Okay, whole group of enemies over there. Okay, you're just out of the fight, and we're just gonna come back and deal with you later. And we'll now deal with the rest of these people that are in the fight. Interesting. Alrighty then. Um, that's going to do it for Divine Thursday for today. It's Christmas Eve. Everybody, please have a very Merry Christmas. And if you don't celebrate, just have a happy holiday season. Be safe, be healthy. We hope that we will see you um, throughout 2021 and beyond. I have been DM Gallibond. This has been Divine Thursday. Take care, everybody, and good night.